going to do another pastry dish tonight. This time I'm going to make a mince and onion pie, what they call a plate pie. The ingredients are very simple. Minced beef, good quality minced beef, an onion, and the inevitable ready-made pastry. This time I'm going to use shortcut pastry. First thing I need to do, peel and dice the onion. I did a video last night about the mechanical method of dicing an onion. I'll put a short clip of that in here. I'm just going to do this one the old-fashioned way by hand. So that's one large onion, and I've got 500 grams of mince, or a pound of mince, depending on how you want to look at it. With a nice large pan with a little bit of water on the bottom, I'm just going to start the onions off cooking. The onions are cut quite coarse. Into the pan goes the mince. So the better quality mince you use, obviously the better it's going to be the end result. That's just boiling water, hot water. You get very little fat coming from the mince because it is good quality stuff. And let that simmer away until it's cooked and onions become nice and soft. The reason it's called a plate pie is because you cook it on a plate. What I'm going to do is use shortcut pastry. I'm going to use short crust pastry for the base of the pie. This is my ready-made short crust pastry. Gently transfer it onto our plate. A little bit that's missing there, I can splice a bit in. All these little bits will be used to make smaller pies and pasties. This has been simmering now for about 20 minutes and it's cooked through. What we need to do now is thicken thicken the gravy up, or make some gravy rather. To do that, I'm going to use Bistro gravy granules. It is cheating, but it does work. You could use a stock cube and corn flour, but I find that the Bistro gives a real nice tasty gravy, because I want this fairly thick so it sets nicely in the pie. That's nice at that. I'll let it simmer for another 5 minutes and then we can fill the pie with it. Right, the mince and onions now fully cooked. It's time to fill the pie. Plenty in. You don't want pies like the ones you buy in the shops with no filling in. Basically level with the top of the plate, which is about there. I'm just going to brush around the edge of the pastry with some water. Remember, this is short crust pastry in the bottom. I'm going to use puff pastry for the top. Right, now we need to get a sheet of puff pastry joined onto the top of there. This could be a little bit narrow, we may have to join the piece onto it. Not quite sure how you're supposed to do this, but this is how I'm going to do it. Yeah, we're a little bit short on that edge, but that's not too bad. And we need to seal the edge around here. Best way to seal it is use a fork. You get a nice pattern as well, but it does make sure that the two pieces of pastry form a nice joint. Right, so we've only got a little bit to put in to fill that small hole. This bit will do. Just push a little bit more water on, and that can basically go in there like that. Right, I'm going to put some decoration on top of it. I'm going to cut 2 strips from the pastry that's left. Just simply going to put across it. One that way, like that, and one that way, for no other reason than it's made pie, and that's what I want to do. This gets brushed with milk. The milk helps the bollocks, man. The milk helps the pastry to go nice and brown when it's cooking. And once again, we've got a nice puff pastry top and a short crust pastry base. Suppose you could use there's a guide to cut it up so you get it into even quarters. Then we need some vent holes to let the steam out. when it's cooking. Like that. And that's ready to go into the oven at 180 degrees C, and it is a fan assisted oven. I made a small one as well just to use up what mince I had left. I put these onto a tray just in case the mince splatters over and makes a mess in Debsy's oven. Right, so it's a fan assisted oven, 180 degrees C, and the pies are right in the middle. The paste I've got left, I'm not going to let go to waste. I'm going to use that to make some cheese and ham wraps. Basically put it into a little sausage shaped piece like that. Some flour on the board to stop it sticking. Right then, using the rolling pin. These are also handy for ramming down sand and sand mould for casting. A little bit more flour. It's a bit like using, I suppose, using parting powder to stop things sticking. You put parting powder on your pattern, it stops the stand from sticking to it. Right, cut that in half. I'm going to make 2 giant wraps with it. Put some cooked ham here. Cooked ham goes on like that, and then some mozzarella cheese in the middle of it. Roll the ham up and then roll the pastry over it. A little bit of water on the edges to seal it. Not very pretty, but I can assure you that's going to do very nicely for my supper. There's some here I made earlier. These ones are short crust pastry and those 2 are puff pastry. And brush them with a little bit of milk. And once the mince pies are cooked, these can go in the oven. I'll probably take those to work for the lads in the morning. But I think these 2 are going to be my supper. These pies have had 25 minutes in there, and they certainly smell like they're cooked, and they certainly look like they're cooked. I'll lift them out. Oh! The big one's definitely cooked. The small one I should have probably put on a separate shelf. I'm going to put that in for another 5 minutes. So the pastry's got a lovely golden brown colour, and when you tap it, it's got a hollow sound that sounds cooked. Once again, the wraps go into the middle of the oven, 180 degrees centigrade, and the oven is fan assisted. As you can see, the wraps have cooked quite nicely. It's just a shame I haven't got a video camera with a sense of smell. That's the one there for John's supper. Once again, it just remains to say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and bon appetit, bonny lad. So it's got the puff pastry on the top and the short crust pastry on the bottom, and the pastry's cooked right through. Oh. Very nice.